y'all very much for tuning in. kingkobra35 e-bike adventure. This is a nighttime cruise on a Monday. So we always start off in the same area, Coast Mesa down to Westminster, and I always take the same streets, but things happen different every night. And every day. So we just pray to God that nothing bad happens to us and we get home safely and get to the destination we're going safely and all that good stuff. You guys are all walking those in, and everything's nice and smooth. So go check out the area, see how things are going. I mean, with this new tire, new tube, and the armor protection, and the front tire, plus the back tire, it seems to be a lot smoother of a ride. Less to where not so much down on the ground, all that air. I mean, it's like totally pressured up, and it feels like really super solid. So I don't have very much wind blocking tonight because I have my hoodie on. Really couldn't figure out where to put the microphone, so I just hooked it to the helmet area, and then you guys got the front view right here in front of the bike. Some people like the hands in the way of the camera, so people can see that, and I guess the camera up to their mouth, all that. Anybody can easily set their bike up the same exactly I got it with the armor on, and try to experience how smooth the ride is. Look up tons of armor, insulation, or bicycle tubes, I believe. Or you can look up. This is how I found it on Amazon. Was I looked up airless tubes. And they actually have quite a few different styles. They have the armor protection like I have, plus they have this other thing. It's like a piece of rubber with inside your tire, and those are pretty good, but it's just hard to pedal with. If you're on a pedal bike, I do not recommend those, because they're so heavy and they're kind of hard to pedal with. These ones right here pretty much give you the solid air plus the protection. So some people might say they're pretty heavy, but this is actually pretty light as far as I experienced it, and it basically feels the same as when I didn't have them, but more up in the air. And they're pretty solid. So I do recommend, if you need to figure out how to set your tires on your bikes, e-bike or just a regular bike, I do recommend to look into tons of armor and put one of those on front tire and back tire. And they're making them all different sizes, so I'm not sure exactly how much you can run over and what you can run over before you do actually get a flat. So don't take my whole word on it, you know. You might get a flat, you might not. There's quite a bit of protection in both of the tires right now with this stuff in there. So it's just like a foam rubber, and then that goes over your tube, and then both of those go inside your tire, and then put your tire on your rim, and it's not that hard at all compared to the actual other ones I have on my other bike. And those are like a piece of rubber all the way around, no air, and those are super nice, but they're just like a pain in the butt to get on, and they're a pain in the butt to take off too. These things right here are just like a kind of a little experience to put on, but once you get the hang of it, it's like, okay, I know what I'm doing now, you know. Best way to put them on is put a little bit of air inside your tube. I recommend don't use the gel tube, because what happens with the foam is like it becomes wet. If you do get a hole, then you have to replace the whole foam, and they're not too bad at pricing wise. They're kind of cheap. They're about $100. I paid about $121 shipping, handling, and all that through Amazon for my tons of armor, plus 2 tubes that came with it. So I had a really good deal, and probably would have paid about the same at the bike shop, maybe a little bit more. I'm not sure, but I didn't know if they carried them at the bike shop until when I did go down there to get new brake pads for the back, and my chain was a little scrambled up, so got that all fixed up too down at Papa Willie's over in, I think it's Garden Grove, and I had that all fixed up. So now that I had a flat in the front and fixed that one, I kind of remembered what to do, and I was like, okay, let me try it this way. And I messed up by trying it that way. But so what you can do is put some air in your tube that you're using. Make sure it's not one of those gel tubes. And then not a whole bunch of air, just like a little bit of air. And then put that inside your tons of armor area. Just like you're going to put the tube inside the tire. It's the same shape as your tire. And put that in there. And then you take both of them together and find out where your air, we call it valve stem, wherever your air valve stem is at. Put that in first to the hole, and then after that's in the hole, kind of just put your tire on. And I'd say take a one of those tire changer pieces of, I think some of them are plastic and some of them are metal. Be careful with the metal ones. Take a plastic one, or just do what I did. I used a butter knife on mine, and that's just like a really easy way to put on the tire towards the end of it, because you need to kind of like get that last piece, and it's kind of hard sometimes. And sometimes fairly easy. All depends on how you got your how much area you have put in your tube, and how your tires are shaped. Usually all tires are circled out, so that's not too bad. But I'd say the last part of the tire is the hardest part to get on. Yet you need to practically like lift up your tire and then kind of like pop it on there inside your rim. And you gotta do it all the way around it. So once you get that in, it's like you're doing a regular tube. You put a regular tube in there, you know. But it's a little bit harder, just in a way. So we are here by the Canes, and it's not that packed. Probably about the only Canes I know this kid until about 2 o'clock, and then closes down for an hour and it'll reopens. I was just trying to see what it was. It was the only piece of wood. Looks like one side's like for those markers that you mark on, like a marking board. Alright, so it smells like hamburgers over here again. This is the In-N-Out. And we're still in Costa Mesa. We just passed Adams and the 405 up Harbor. So 405 South Coast Drive is where we're at right now. And everything's been a really super smooth ride so far. And the bike just really picks up and goes with these on there. Wow, I'm super amazed how smooth it runs and how smooth it rides with these on there. The bike just really picks up and goes. Get a 20.1 right away, so like a good 21 miles per hour right there. I'm barely just holding the throttle down all the way and just give up to the 21 and let it go with it. And the bike just cruises. Really smooth that way too. Here we are now, coming up to the observatory, and as we enter the city of Santa Ana. Gun? Never heard of that. I've never heard of any of those bands. Wait. So our ride's really super smooth, and I know that both tires are pumped up to the max with that armor protection, and I'm just really surprised how it goes. I guess the only thing you have to be aware of if you like run over a nail. Maybe a nail with puncture is pretty good to go up there. And maybe not. I don't know. I'm not willing to try it, but we never know. If it will happen. I hope it don't. Because tubes are not cheap. Tubes are getting pretty much expensive nowadays. Especially if you ride a bike back and forth to where you need to get for daily travel instead of taking the bus. And you pretty much do save some money doing this travel on an e-bike or maybe a regular bicycle. So I do recommend that for getting around town. Besides a car. If you can't afford a car, get yourself a bike and take that back and forth to work or around town. Because you can spend like around maybe $300, $400, $500 on Uber or a Lyft. Taking that back and forth. That's a lot of money right there. That's practically a car every year. So that's a difficult little task to go against, I guess. Take 300 times by 12. Yeah, you get yourself a car right there. I am super tired. Every day my shift is from 3 to 11. Don't get home until 12:30. Smooth ride back, but I gotta keep myself awake sometimes and watch where I'm going because the guy is cruising on me like I'm from bed. Hop out of the riverbed is pick the mini bike all the way down. I guess you gotta do what you gotta do. You basically probably, if a cop pulled you over on a mini bike, you probably just lose the mini bike and then eventually probably just grab another one and just probably have to pay a ticket. I don't know how strict the cops are on those things, but that's my idea. If I think go correctly. You get pulled over on the bike. They probably just take the bike away from you and give you a ticket. And then you'll probably just grab another one and do the same exact thing over and over. Alright, so now we are in the city of Santa Ana, and it's past end here, and it's pretty calm. Years ago, you used to see a lot of activity, prostitution on the road over here, and homeless everywhere.